Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is Best in Slot, and in tonight's video we are going to check out the incredibly charming open world survival island game thingamajiggy, Tree of Life. Oddria, look at my beard, it is magnificent. This is a sponsored video from the Tree of Life devs, and if you want to give the game a go for yourself, go to the description down below, there's a tracking link there. You can get yourself a copy of the game and give it a go, and maybe in the future we can all play along as well and stuff like that, because one of the benefits of the game is you can play on PvE or indeed PvP servers, and it's up to you. Do you want to be a friend? Do you want to be a foe? You kind of just hang in the middle and be chill like me. That's what you want to do, right? Anyways, so this is Tree of Life with jaunty music and a lovely beard. We've arrived on the island. We've been shipwrecked. Now, if you look in the bottom left corner, you'll see I'm level 12. I've put a few hours into the game already, but I stripped down to my underwear just for you folks at home, you know, just so you feel a little bit more special, and so you get a better sense of what the new user experience will be like before I show you my pad, as the cool kids say. So, you start your adventure, three things you're going to notice. First of all, the music is jaunty as anything. Jaunty is a great word. The second thing is there are animals absolutely anywhere, and that's a good way to show you, well, just the basic combat. So I'm going to punch this rabbit to death, basically. I don't know how to say it. And you'll notice, well, there's a rabbit. It drops its skins and meats as you would expect, and you get a little bit of experience for that. So that's how you're going to level up. You can also level up by crafting things, by gathering resources and crafting more powerful tools, and also by just surviving, just staying alive. You'll level up naturally over time, and eventually, as you unlock more stuff. I'll show you that in a second. So you're going to meet our two lovely people here. There's Robinson, who is a sheep man. He's also a chef. I don't know what's going on with the braids or the pigtails, but I love them. And there's also our lovely girl here, Alice. I don't know what's with the characters, but they're very charming. The game world is surprisingly full of interesting characters for this sort of game. It's pretty cool. I'm going to talk to Alice. I talked to her about 2 seconds ago. Don't know why she's telling me that, but we can change our appearance. And we can also ask who the furry next to us is. Let's change our appearance, and it'll just sort of randomize and give us one. And this is what I was hoping for, because this beard is the greatest. It's like a scouting tool. It will arrive in any destination about half an hour before I do. I adore it. I look amazing. Right. I'm going to get out of my underwear. I say to cries of disappointment from around the world. I've dropped all my equipment back at base. I don't have any on me. But this is a good time to show you some of the stuff. So you'll level up and you'll unlock new skills. And if we headed over here, this is our skill system, the mastery system it's called. And it's pretty cool. It's like a talent tree. And anyone who watches me knows I have a deep love for a talent tree. This one expands out pretty naturally from the middle. So you got your basic stuff in the center, you know, more plants gathered, ability to craft wooden planks, more training points and stuff like that. And then eventually you can unlock swords. You can come down here and get yourself a house and stuff like that. I'm going to try to give you some basic tips throughout this video. I do have a few hours in the game now. So if you decide to play the game for yourselves, again, use the link down below in the description or in the pinned comment. There's 2 of them. Crazy. Then you'll know what to do on a basic level. But first of all, you're really just going to want to pick up some equipment, pick up some resources in the local area. You know, if you want some wood, and who doesn't, go punch a tree. Just do what a normal person would do in that situation. Now, of course, it's not particularly quick punching a tree to death. It's a slow process. We'll get some cool resources though. We'll get some coconuts and some leaves. Now, we could punch the log to death. However, let's say we had an axe with us, but our axe broke just before we could carve this log up. This is actually a pretty cool system. What we can do is press F. There you go. And this is the burden system, and it lets us carry our heavier resources with us. So if you are out mining or farming or whatever, and you break a tool and you can't replace it, or you need to go back to base for whatever reason, you can bring one of those burdens back with you and then harvest it back at base. I think that's a pretty cool system. And there's a reason it's a cool system. So here we have a pig. And the pig, for reasons I've not yet figured out, it must be said, is also part of the same system. So you can, in theory, just gather up hundreds of pigs. And not to give a spoiler, but that's what we'll be doing today. But either way, you can gather the pig up. It worries me a little bit that one day we'll be harvesting the pig for resources, or maybe roasting it or something. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Look at that night sky. There's this beautiful aurora going on. This is a good time to talk about the world. The world is surprisingly entertaining. So it doesn't feel like a typical open world survival game in some ways, because the world has kind of this RPG-esque feeling to it, which I think the graphics give as well. Now, right now, we're only in alpha, so basically what you see here is what's unlocked, as far as I can tell. This took a while to explore. I played the game for 2 or 3 hours and explored all this, so this whole map is going to be absolutely humongous. But the map is filled with things to collect and new characters to find. There's totems that are found in interesting locations that give you bonus experience, stuff like that. There's a lovely day-night cycle, as we can see. I'm just going to run past these guys. These are the Sharkmen. When you first start the game, these guys are going to prove to be a little bit of a struggle. These are like your first challenge. These mermen. Is that what they're called? Merman robber. They're tough. They're shark people. Shark people should be. Hello, piggy. Are you a better pig? Which is the best pig? We have to decide. I want them all. I'm going to take you to the north. I'm going to give you some little tips, though. So you're going to start. You're going to build your initial crafting equipment. And you're going to be tempted to build it back there. That stuff you just saw there was the stuff I built when I first started the game. I'm going to say don't do that. What you're going to want to do is run past the mermen and head to the north. Obviously, I'm quite a high level now. Here's Tianmai, no idea, but Tianmai is pretty cool. They will sell you things. You can sell your resources and buy some pretty rare resources. Slimes you can probably handle. Feel free to fight those a little earlier on. Come on, Piggy. Over here is my favourite character. This is Robert. Robert's a little bit nuts. I had to make sure you could observe Robert in all of his glory. So I stood here with a pig squealing away on my back and waited for daytime to finally arrive. It's been a lovely night, though, it must be said. Slimes bouncing everywhere. These, are they butterflies or petals? Butterflies. Butterflies love Robert, as you can see. And there Robert is, looking glorious. Robert is currently, seemingly, digging for some treasure. I suspect there's a little quest that's going to pop up there. Maybe we'll be able to steal Robert's treasure down the line. Maybe I can already, I just don't have the shovel unlocked. But for now, we must venture north. The pig needs a home. So, as I was saying about a daytime ago, I don't recommend you build your base to the south. You can do for an initial one, but if you're going to build a house, you're going to want to come further to the north, as I desperately try to remember where my house is. I also want to show you this very quickly. I haven't figured out what these are yet. These like graveyard shrine looking things. I love this song, by the way. These graveyard shrines sort of dotted all around the landscape. Now I suspect they might be respawn points. I feel like I'm sort of desecrating it every time I step on it. I haven't died yet because I'm a, you know, pro MLG 2K14 gamer, but I suspect that's maybe what they are. Anyways, come on, Piggy. My house should be just over this ridge. If it's not, then I don't have a bloody clue where I've put it. Oh, hello. So this is, I've already activated it, as you can see, but this is one of those totems I mentioned. These are dotted around the landscape. You click those, you get a really nice big XP boost. There's treasures all over the world and characters to find and discuss. And here we go. Here is my house surrounded by pigs, which is precisely what I wanted. So we're going to go drop off pig number 1, and then I will give you the tour. It's going to be like Cribs, but much, much cooler. Right, let's drop the piggy. There he is. This isn't an official farm, but I just made like a little foundation, stuck some little walls on there, and decided to collect pigs, essentially. That's what we'll do today. But this is my house. Super simple to build. You just need lots of wood once you've unlocked the tools. And we can open the door up, and you can see I've got like a little box in there. It's all lovely stuff in there. I think I did a second floor because I'm fancy like that. Here we go. And the idea is I can stand up here, survey my world and my pigs. Now, I did have all my equipment here, but unfortunately, it despawns if you don't put it away properly, because I'm a big old dummy. So I'm going to have to make some more equipment, but that's a good opportunity to show you crafting. Let's try just that. I'm going to make myself some bottoms and a top. And I don't know how much more I'm going to be able to make. So you can make, basically you start off with your basic stuff. As you can see, the handy handcraft stuff, that stuff you can build by hand. And then once you build that stuff, let's say we want to build an anvil using our iron pieces. We can do that, and we get the placer here. We just go over here, we click, boop. And there is our anvil. And we click that, and we can then build ourselves a steel sword as well. You can see it building there in the bottom right corner. And here we are, stocked to the blimmin' nines, ladies and gentlemen. What you really want is, and there's the house stuff, is, let me try to find it. Yeah, the logging stone axe is really useful. Also, the other axe, when I can find it. Workbench. We need to make a workbench, and then the logging steel axe, that's going to let us harvest wood at a much, much, much quicker rate, of course. But that's the general idea. Explore the world and come here, piggy. I think eventually you might be able to breed the pigs. The pigs are all expressly male. They're all called male pig. I haven't found a female pig yet. Maybe the female pigs are there, but they're rare and mystical. Who knows? But the male pigs are absolutely everywhere, and you could murder them for food if you wanted to. But why would you when you could do this and hail yourself as Lord of the Pigs? It's the dream. Anyways, so I want to give you a top tip. The reason you want to build over here is precisely because of this area down here to the southeast. Now, early in the game, resources aren't that hard to come by. If you want to go get some wood, you can go get some wood. If you want to get stone, you just, whap on a stone. This is pretty cool. If you saw that log I had earlier, I could bring the log to the wood cutter and it'll carve it down into firewood, which is a super useful resource. There's lots of really nice little things like that. Isn't it charming? A little house. Chateau de Bastenslot. I should never do accents. Anyways, my point is, one of the rarer resources that you're not going to get straight away is iron. And if you want to make, the swords, if you want to make, anvils, if you want to make lots of the fancy stuff, you're going to need some iron. And this is the most reliable place I've found to get it. So I'm gonna give you a little tour. You want to head down here, and I'll show you where I am on the map. About there I am, just northwest of the shopkeep Tiananmen. And this is, unfortunately, a spider cave. So if you're not big on spiders, look away now. But you can venture down, or it's a rabbit cave, as the case may be. This is a spider cave. Now, I will say this is a little bit buggy at the moment in the alpha. If you want, you can sprint past the spiders. You do have to keep a close eye on your stamina gauge. However, otherwise you can find yourself in a spot of bother. Sprint. Sprint. And if you want to fight the spiders instead, I suppose we could do that. Pray for me. Wha, wha, wha. Now, what you can do, you don't have to take a hit. As you can see, you can do this with all enemies in the game. If you time it right, you can dodge their attacks by moving out of the way before moving back in to strike. But that's not why we're here. We're not here for spoilers. We're here for something else. Let's see if I can find it, because I suspect I went the wrong way. I did indeed go the wrong way. Okay, so we're gonna go back down into the spider pit. Not words anybody ever really wants to say, but there you go. I think we want to go over here to the right. We're here for iron. So this is coal here. This is actually pretty rare as well, but you can make your own by burning down the wood. Don't just go set fire to the forest. You do have to do it in a specific way on your bonfire, but you can if you choose. And we're going to head a little bit deeper into the tunnel. Gonna just sprint past the terrifying spiders attacking me in the middle of the night. That's totally cool. I know we can't see a bloody thing. Do I have a torch? I don't have a torch. That's okay. That's fine. And we're going to come a little bit further. Oh, they fixed it. This was having some problems just the other day, and it's working already. Very cool. So basically, this here is iron. Now, I did not bring a pickaxe because I'm a very intelligent person, but as I've shown you in the past, that is not necessarily a problem. Of course, you should bring a pickaxe. That would be the smart thing to do. But if you want to break it apart with your sword, give it a little tap, there you go. And, we don't have a pickaxe, we can't break the stone in. But what we can do is pick it up, carry it on our backs, take it back to base. And that way, even though you haven't brought a pickaxe, the trip hasn't been entirely wasted. So it's a really neat little system. Yeah, you can use it just to gather up pigs, which I think is the intended use, quite frankly. But if you want to gather up some iron as well and bring that back to your base, you can definitely do that instead. I always dreamt I'd be doing this, It's currently literally 5 in the morning because I record this video, and I'm just wandering around this lovely little RPG landscape collecting large pigs so I can call myself Lord of the Pigs and make an entertaining thumbnail and title. Your life never really ends up where you think it's going to, does it? Come on, piggy buddy, you and me, let's go. Day is breaking. I will show you my pig collection, for they will wake at the new morn. Hello, gorgeous. I love these little piggies. They're adorable. Eventually, I'd like to make a farm and have like a collection of each different individual animal. Oh, they're waking up. There they are. My pigs. It's so stupid and I love it so much. There we go, folks. I think I can officially call myself the Lord of the Pigs. And that is basically my life goal completed right there. Now, the game, when it comes to actual release, and we're in Alpha 0.3, there's a long way to go, lots of potential for growth here as well. The game will have a player-driven economy, so we will essentially set the prices. So big active servers will have, you know, really active economies going on, which is really, really cool. I would like to think that the pig market will be the most prolific markets of all the markets, and eventually my decision to hoard pigs will be proven to be genius. What can I say? I'm an optimist. But yeah, there you go. That is Tree of Life Oddria. As I say, you can follow the tracking link down below in the description and pick up the game for yourselves, or sign up for the alpha or the beta or something like that. And use my link, because then they think I'm cool, and I am cool, so that's a good idea. You can also wishlist the game on Steam right now, and who knows what will be possible. How many pigs you'll be able to collect by the time you guys get hold of the game as well. Very exciting stuff. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you lovely folks next time. Feel free to hit the like button down below. Why you would not feel free to do that is beyond me, but you should feel free to do that. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about my pig hoarding. And check out Tree of Life Oddria at the link in the description, and indeed in the pinned comment down below. Thanks for joining me. Cheers from myself as always. Bye bye.